This is Steve Ridgel, and I wanted to share a few thoughts about going to church on Christmas. As you know by now, this Sunday is Christmas. And so a lot of families are making the decision about church. A lot of churches are deciding what to do about worship that day. The church where I go, Hillcrest in Abilene, we're doing worship, but no Bible classes, and we're moving worship down to 10 o'clock. We usually do our worship at 9. I think that's an attempt to let kids have Christmas and still be able to get ready and come to church. And I'm a big fan of that. I think this is a great time to invite people to church, but I want to give you a couple of cautions about church Christmas Sunday and how that all works. One caution I would give you is be real careful with the kids about, yes, you have to go to church. I get the whole struggle with kids and church. We raise kids. I'm watching my kids raise my grandkids. That whole debate about we have to go to church, yes, you will. I get that, but I also think we better be real careful that we don't make church a chore. Or even you have to go to church because we have to check that off, because if you know enough good stuff, that proves you're a good Christian. I'd be real careful with the we have to go to church. I'd really try to phrase that in a, yes, we get to go worship today with fellow believers, however you want to phrase that. Just be careful about the we have to go. Be gentle with the people that make a different decision than you. Just because somebody decides to go to church and you're home having family church doesn't mean there's some kind of legalistic, that's not necessarily true. And just because they decide to stay home and do family church doesn't mean they don't support the church, don't love Jesus, aren't just as committed as you are. Different families make different decisions. Now, I will tell you, if you don't want to go assemble with your community of faith that Sunday, I really hope you do family worship. If you don't do any at all, then I do think there's probably an issue you ought to think about. But be gentle with people that don't do it just like you. Be careful about saying we have to go. And then I want to give you this reminder. Going to church on Christmas Sunday doesn't give you any extra points with Jesus. Your spirituality doesn't work that way. Religion doesn't really work that way. You don't get bonus points for things. It just doesn't work that way. It's not some kind of a special Sunday, because no, Christmas is a special Sunday. The circumstances, because you get to invite people because it's a national holiday, because people are talking about baby Christmas, makes it a little unique. But it's no more holy than the Sunday before Christmas or New Year's Sunday or the Sunday after New Year's. Or truthfully, Sunday's no more holy than the Saturday before it or the Monday after it. As Christians, every day is holy to us. Every day is special and unique to us. So appreciate Christmas Sunday for the uniqueness that it has in some ways, but don't make it more than it is. And finally, I'd say if you do go to church, go to church. Greet people, embrace people, do communion, sing with enthusiasm. I mean, make it worship. Don't go and suffer through it. Please don't do that. We have enough of that anyhow. And I hope there's some visitors there. I hope there's some family members who came to honor their mom or their dad or go with their family who maybe aren't believers, because my prayer is always they'll come to worship and be struck that there really is a God and he is worthy of our worship. And maybe they'll start their Jesus journey. So those are just a few of my thoughts about church on Christmas.